All right, this video is to demonstrate how to make spaghetti and meatballs for my 7th grade classes. You're going to open your notebook to the recipe that you're going to do. So we had our cooking lab planning sheet needs to get filled out, and then while we're doing the demo, if you're the cook or server, the head cook or manager, you need to fill out one of these while I'm doing the demonstration, and then this could be filled out by the bookkeeper before or after. All right, so here's the basic meatballs recipe here. So the basic meatballs is where we're gonna start. In this section below, you're gonna write down steps for pasta and for the sauce, okay? The first thing that you need to do when you get into the cooking lab is things need to happen all at the same time. So the head cook is gonna get out the equipment in the lab at the same time that the assistant cook is getting the ingredients from there, and the server is gonna get the sink ready with dishwater and all that, and it's gonna all happen at once. In the video, I'm gonna do it step by step, but in the lab, it has to happen all at the same time, okay? So the first thing is the assistant cook needs to get the ingredients that we need. So if you're filling out the equipment page, pay attention, because I'm gonna be pulling out some equipment right now that you need to write down. Okay, so you're gonna need a tray for the assistant cook to get what you need. Let's look at the recipe. We're gonna need a 1/2 pound of ground beef, so we're gonna need a plate for that. Will one of you ladies grab me a plate back here in the cupboard that says plate? Okay, so, and then it says 2 tablespoons of breadcrumbs. So we're gonna need a tablespoon like this, okay? Then we're going to need a small bowl. So will you get me a small bowl? Okay, so that's what we're gonna put the breadcrumbs in. Now, the breadcrumbs, salt, and the pepper and onion powder are all gonna get mixed in the same bowl. So I'm gonna use the same bowl to mix all those items, okay? The salt is in the unit, so I'm not gonna put anything for it on my tray. The pepper is, we're gonna need a pinch for that. You just do the pinch, I'll show you, but you basically just take some out and pinch it into it. So I don't need additional utensils for the pinch of pepper. And then, let's see, breadcrumbs, salt, pepper. Okay, and the onion powder, it says 1 teaspoon. So I'm gonna need a teaspoon for that. So if you're filling out the equipment page, make sure you're writing all this down. So I'm gonna need a teaspoon. So a tablespoon is TBS, a teaspoon is TSP. This is 3 times bigger than this. Do not mix them up, okay? Do not mix up the teaspoon and tablespoon. Okay, so we're gonna need both of those. All right, it says I'm gonna need 1/2 an egg. I'm pretty sure you guys are wondering, oh, well, how do we half the egg? I'm gonna show you that before we cook next time because I ran out of eggs, and so I'm gonna be using an egg replacer today, which is a little bit different. Okay, and you're gonna need a teaspoon for the oil, so 1 more small bowl, and we can use the same teaspoon for the oil. Now, should I get the oil first or the onion powder with my teaspoon? The onion powder first, because if you have the oil, it'll stick to it. So we're gonna do the onion powder and then wipe it off a little bit and then do the oil. All right, so besides all this, I'm gonna need a bowl for my sauce, and I'm going to, actually that's it, just a bowl for my sauce. Okay, so 1 more small bowl for the sauce, and that is everything we need for the tray. So just to recap, on your tray, you're going to need 3 small bowls like this. You're gonna need a plate for the meat. You're gonna need a tablespoon and a teaspoon, okay? So 3 small bowls, plate for the meat, tablespoon, teaspoon. You're gonna need all that on your tray, okay? So the assistant cook is gonna take this tray over to the ingredient table and get the ingredients that they need. So we're gonna take that over right now. Okay, so go ahead and come over here and watch and see what we need for this, okay? So, I will take the meat and I will put it on the plate for you. So I'll take your plate off your tray. I already have it here just because it's just for me in the demo. But you need your own plate for people in the back who can't see. You need your own plate, and I will have a gloved hand and I will put the meat on your plate. So you give me the plate, okay? So make sure you bring a plate. So, got the meat right there. Your pasta is already gonna be portioned out in a rubber band like this for you, okay? So you're just gonna stick your pasta right on your tray, okay? Now, we're going to do a little bit of measuring, okay? So we're gonna get the breadcrumbs here. We're gonna take our 2 tablespoons of breadcrumbs and put it in a small bowl. 1, 2. Make sure you bring your notebook with you so you don't forget what you're supposed to get. By the way, when you raise your hand if you're an assistant cook. Okay, if you're assistant cook, bring your notebook with you so you remember what to get. Okay, we don't leave the measuring utensils here. Make sure you put them back on your tray. Okay, so I got my 2 tablespoons of breadcrumbs there. I'm also gonna need my teaspoon of onion powder. And I'm just gonna put that right. If it has this plastic lid, look, guys, if it has this plastic lid, you just pick off the plastic lid so you can scoop. And I just throw that away because for my class, I never use those. We throw that away for me. Okay, so I'm gonna put a teaspoon of the onion powder in here. Then I need a pinch of pepper. Okay, so for your pinch of pepper, take a look. We're gonna take the entire lid off the entire pepper here. And we're just gonna stick our 2 fingers in and pull out a pinch, okay? So we're just gonna take a pinch, boom, that's a pinch right there. I'm gonna put all the lids back on and whatnot. Okay, now for our oil, we're gonna use that teaspoon again. We're gonna grab the oil. We wanna measure this over our tray so we don't make a big mess, okay? We're gonna measure it over the tray. We're just gonna put a little bit of the teaspoon of oil right here. And then just put that in the bowl separately. Put our, right there. You know what, I forgot, we do, the recipe says 1 teaspoon, but you're gonna need a little bit more because you're gonna need some oil for your pasta, and I forgot. Hey guys, just change it. So the meatballs has 1 teaspoon, but on the bottom, add 1 more teaspoon for the spaghetti.
So 2 teaspoons?
But don't change it to 2 teaspoons because you only need 1 for the meatballs and then you need 1 for the spaghetti. So make sure you just write it separately as notes. Okay, and then you're gonna need half a can, write this down, half a can of the pasta sauce. Half a can, okay? So you're just gonna eyeball that. Okay. So half a can. So you got everything that you need. You're also gonna grab the 2 pieces of equipment. This is the scoop for the meatballs and the meat thermometer, and you're gonna put those on your tray as well. Okay, so now that we have everything that we need, did I get all my ingredients? Did I forget anything? Okay, now we're gonna go back to the unit. So head back to your spot where you were before. Okay, so now that we got everything that we need, while this is happening, I'm gonna have to use this to cook, sorry. While the assistant cook is out there getting the stuff, the head cook's gonna stay behind and get out all the equipment that we're gonna need, okay? So we're gonna need equipment for the pasta, for the sauce, for everything, okay? Now, the first thing you wanna do before the assistant cook even goes to get the ingredients, we need to put that pot of boiling water on the stove, okay? So you're gonna go down here, you're gonna look for the cover that says pot, which is right here, 1 large pot. You want to fill it up about halfway with water. You don't need to have the full thing full of water because you're not making that much pasta. So you're going to fill it about halfway with water. So we're just going to go ahead and turn that on here. Fill it up about halfway. Okay, while that's going, we're going to get out some of the other ingredients that we need. When it's halfway, just turn it off. Okay, so it says in a medium bowl, combine all the ingredients except the oil, mix well, shape into 1.5 to 2 inch meatballs. So we're gonna need a medium bowl for that. Now, if you wanted, you can mix it with your hands is the easiest way to do it. But if you don't want to mix it with your hands, you can use a rubber spatula. It's fine. But it's easier to do it with your hands. It just goes faster. Okay, So we're going to need those items here. Okay, it says heat oil in large skillet over medium-high heat. So we're going to need the large skillet, which is this one. It's also called a fry pan sometimes. Okay, so we're going to heat the oil in that, and then put that over here on the stove. Okay, I'm going to need to cook, so you can't put anything on the stove. Okay, so then we're going to need a spatula. Since this is a non-stick coating, we're going to need to use the plastic spatula. So we're going to use spatula for that. And then, let's see, heat oil in large skillet, use a plastic spatula. It says add meatballs, cook 10 to 12 minutes. You're going to, and then it says you're going to drain at the end. So we're going to need a mug. So if you'll get me a mug out of the cupboard, let's get this water to boil right here. So we're going to get a little bit of, so this mug is what we're going to use. We're just going to pour the grease in here afterwards. If you have an empty can at home, like you could do it into an empty like can like that the sauce came out of. But for this one, we're just going to use this mug. We're also going to need a pinch of salt here. Let's see. It's out of salt. Will you grab me salt from Unit 2? Okay, so we're going to heat this up all the way to high for the boiling of the water, okay? So you're going to turn it all the way up to high on your stove, okay? So I like to put it on the back burner and then add a little pinch of salt. So make sure you're taking notes on how to do this. So right away you want to fill your pot about halfway, and then we're just going to add a little pinch of salt to that while it's boiling, or to let it boil. And then, let's see, what is the other equipment that we're going to need to do this? We're going to need a plate as well. And we're going to need a couple other things. Go ahead and stop the video for a minute.